Hello, it's Adam Morrison. When it comes to top-tier contracting, my go-to choice is McGilvery Environmental. I know a thing or two about excellence, and that's exactly what you'll find with Kip McGilvery and his team. They're not just any contractor, they're the best in Spokane and North Idaho. From start to finish, they ensure your project is completed with the highest quality results. With years of experience and expertise, they handle it all. New construction, meticulous repairs, asphalt paving for residential and commercial properties, excavation, and even environmental remediation. So why wait? Reach out to Kip McGilvery Environmental today by calling 208-556-6384 for your free estimate. Don't forget to mention my name, Adam Morrison, and experience the difference McGilvery Environmental brings to the table. Again, that's 208-556-6384, McGilvery Environmental. My number one choice for all my contracting needs. M4 CPA is a family-owned accounting firm passionate about helping businesses and their owners create a secure future for their families. They pride themselves on the quality of their work and put their clients first, ensuring they get the attention and care they deserve. Their mission is to provide exceptional accounting services to help you achieve your financial goals. M4 CPA is all about building long-term relationships based on trust, integrity, and transparency. With a team of experienced professionals, they offer personalized solutions to meet your needs. If you're a Perimeter listener, here's an exclusive offer for you. Mention the Perimeter podcast when you reach out to M4 CPA and get a free business consultation to assess your financial strategies. So, if you're looking for an accounting firm that truly cares about your business, trust M4 CPA. Accounting you can trust with a personal touch. Learn more at m4cpa.com. Welcome to Perimeter Season 5, Episode 20, presented by McGilvery Environmental, Idaho Central Credit Union, M4 CPA. End of the West Coast Conference regular season. We're going to talk about senior night for a brief moment, then talk about the St. Mary's loss in Moraga, then going into the West Coast Conference tournament. Maybe cover a little bit NCAA tournament. We don't really know yet. There's still a lot of things, variables for this team. We're in.
Right.
I mean, that's better than what it was last year. Obviously, we thought we were in, but we wasn't quite for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But now, and we're going to have to figure out what seed line we're going to be on, and it's a fair conversation to have. Do we drop a seed line if we don't win the tournament because we lost to Morocco, blah, blah, blah. So all those things are kind of back into play. Like I said, senior night was good. We clinched at least a share of the West Coast Conference title against Portland. Got some get back on them.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up 15 at halftime, won by 41.
Yeah.
It's a good game. You know what I mean? It's one of those deals that felt nice to get everybody kind of rolling. The big news from that game was Graham Ike. He had 9 straight 20-point games. Ended up at 19. Was pretty upset about it. You could tell when he was checking out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It is here nor there. I don't think it was on purpose. It's just we got to get him off the floor, be healthy. And then Jalen Worley not playing.
Yeah.
So he has that thigh contusion that he suffered against Portland the first time, and it slowly has gotten worse. And as we know, he's a tough kid. He's a kind of gamer. So if he says something hurts at me, he means it, right? It's not like I'm thinking about long term. Like this kid's trying to play.
Yeah.
And if you remember watching the Santa Clara game down there, like he was full on limping.
Yeah.
He could barely play. I mean, he played like 6 minutes or whatever it was. It's like he can't go. So the prevailing thought was he could sit out this one and get some more time. So it was kind of a bummer for him doing a senior night deal and then not playing. But he's thinking long term, and he's a tough kid, like I said. Great addition to the Zag Nation and all that stuff. So it sucks that he couldn't lace it up for the home fans one more time because he's kind of a crowd favorite in my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of people just like his game. He's a nice kid, good story. We did an interview with him. He's terrific. He's like that off the deal too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that was some news, but it was nice to wrap up at least a share of the regular season title. So going into Moraga on Saturday, it was one of those deals. Okay, is Jalen gonna play? We found out, Huddy and I, when I say we, probably the day before that he wasn't gonna play, which makes sense because it's just not turning the corner.
Yeah.
And so you go, okay, theoretically, you want
him to have another full week because our first game is going to be Monday in the West Coast Conference Tournament, because if you win the league or you get a first or second, you get the automatic bye into the semifinals, which people, you can say what you want. It's the right thing to do. It's been the right thing to do since we switched from going to that third game. Go ask the Big Sky Conference when Eastern Washington had the nation's longest win streak and lost in the first round, what that does for your conference. You want your best teams to have a chance to get to the NCAA tournament. It's just good for everybody, because if you go further in the NCAA tournament, you get a win, everybody gets a conference share of the money. So it's not like it's favoritism. It's you want your conference represented by the best teams, and if you have the best regular season, you get an advantage.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it. So, you know, you can say what you want, but I think that was the right thing to do. Because I remember when I was a GA, we almost lost to Santa Clara. David Stockton had to make a layup at the buzzer at the quarterfinal year. But Coach Few's argument, I think Randy Bennett would say the same thing for St. Mary's. Like, why do we have to play a game that we have nothing we can gain from it but bad? Like, it doesn't help our resume. If we lose, it might knock you out of the NCAA tournament or knock you off a couple seed lines.
Yeah.
And this team gets a fair crack at it when we've won the league. So they switched that years ago, and I think it's the right thing to do. So going into the Moraga game, the St. Mary's game, it was interesting because we knew we didn't have Jalen. Obviously, Graham was going to have to play well, but it was one of those things where, you know, me personally, I was wondering, okay, how are some of these guys going to react to a legitimate hostile environment? Because you try to prepare guys for it, and it's not like you're going to it's not, you know, the gauntlet, but it's a tough place to play. So I got to make sure I frame it right, because it's not like it's Cameron Indoor, but it's a legitimate hard place to play.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And so you had to, you know, I was trying to think, okay, how's, you know, guys who haven't played in there, are they going to react? Do they kind of understand the meaning of this rivalry? Obviously, they're good dudes. They play hard. They understand it. But, like, do you understand what this last home game there, what does this mean? So that was the question in my mind, especially without Jalen on the glass, particularly. Not having him for the glass was like a concerning factor, was how we're going to react. And if you look at the start of the game, I thought defensively we were terrific. Now, I think we missed our first 5 field goal attempts, we missed 4 layups, which was crazy.
It was, yeah.
You know, like in and outs, hit the rim, but at the other end, they had 3 points. So I think we got to the first media, and it was 7-3. Pretty sure, 7-3. And on the air, me and Huddy were like, it could be 14-3 right now. And you could really take the wind out of their sails. Not that they wouldn't have a chance to come back, but that really dampers the crowd. And then it puts game pressure on them, even though it's super early, but it gives you a lift. And so that point for me was a little bit disappointing. It's just like, man, we got to finish those. And again, it's not one of these things where I'm up here is like, never miss a layup, but missing 4 was crazy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, and you're just like, deep sigh, you know what I mean? Like, but at the other end, like defensively, we were flying around, and so like like I said, going to that first media, you're like, okay, we're not playing great. It's obviously early, but we look like we can get downhill. Our cut actions are going to work. We're getting everything around the rim. This should be a game that we can win. Not a walk in the park. Now we're going to blow them out, anything like that. But this is a game that we can win. And you know, as the first half kind of progressed, it was kind of more of the same, like just us kind of sawing wood. Couldn't really get a deep edge on them, but like just maintaining a 6-point lead, 8-point lead, but never had that killer run to make it a 15-point game. You know, Graham played good, 13 points, 5 of 9, 2 of 3 from downtown. We shoot 14 of 29. That's almost 50%. 3 of 5 from 3. That's good. Plus 4 on the glass. Tyon was good. He started in Jalen's place or whatever. He was great. He had 8 points, was 4-4 from the free throw line. Adam Miller was good. He had 9 points, was 4-7. He was starting to be super aggressive, curl actions, things of that nature. Davis off the bench had 4 points, 2 of 3. And we end up being up by 7, 36-29. You know, we hold Mikey Lewis to 10. He's 4 of 11, but it wasn't anything very crazy. The craziest part about that first half was the Juzanis kid. Okay, so here's the stat. 30, I think Huddy said it on air, and I'm not like 1,000% on the exact number, but it's the reference is fine. Of the 35 shots he's taken here or there, 3 or 4 either way, 30 of them have been threes, so he doesn't even shoot twos. And the kid comes off the bench, he goes 4 for 6 from 3, and we leave him wide ass open twice.
Yep.
And he has 12 points, keeps him in the game. They go 10 for 34, 29%, 7 of 19, so they're shooting a shit ton of threes, and he basically keeps them in the game.
Yeah.
There's no other guy. We hold Wessels to 0. Dent, who's a good player, had 5. Where's the Morales kid? 0 for 4, 2 points.
Yep.
So, again, the defensive energy was absolutely terrific. +4 on the glass, shooting good. But you really looked at it, you're like, fuck, man, we could have been up by 15. Like, it felt like we let that one slip. And, you know, it's not like I said, like if you're up 15, they magically just fold their tents. But it gives you some leeway and it takes the crowd out of it. So it was a weird halftime because I felt good, but I was like, man, we left a lot on the table.
Well, it felt like it felt good because at the last, minute of the game, Adam Miller goes down and he misses a layup. And we were up 36-26. They get the rebound and
they were banging a 3.
And then they banged in a 3. So like it made that
momentum.
It just like
12-point or 5-point swing, 12-point lead or a 7-point lead.
I know. It just felt different.
It's crazy how much missed bunnies just affect everything. Because they're just obviously you want to score it, but it's the team like fuck.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, you're all right, man. But everybody's like, come on, man. And then they go down and bang in a 3. So it was interesting. Like I said, like we didn't play great. It was solid, but then we just couldn't have that knockout, not a knockout blow, but just an 8-0 run. And then we're up 15. Like I said, then you put real game pressure on a team that likes to play slower. And it's their senior night, and it's last time, all the things that we talked about. So going into the second half, it was one of those deals. Like in my mind, I was like, well, it's 0-0, man. Like they're not gonna give up. They never do, and they play kind of crazy down here. I was surprised at how many threes they took. But it makes sense. Like they don't really have an offensive inside presence that's a scoring presence. Wessels is an unbelievable offensive rebound. Same with the McKeener guy off the bench, but they're not like throw it to him every time down like they used to have with Jock Landale and all their other great bigs. So it makes sense. They're like, no, we got to play through the perimeter, through Dent, through Mikey Lewis. Morauskas even can shoot threes. The Shaw kid theoretically can. So we start the second half. And immediately they go on a fucking 8-0 run. And 2 of them were missed like assignments defensively where we leave Lewis wide ass open on a swing, and we don't full rotate. And you look up and we have to call timeout, 2.5 minutes into that thing, and they're up 1. And so that part was a little bit disappointing for me, obviously, was just the lack of urgency defensively on that side of the ball. Now, first half, you're great. Like I said, we held them to 29%. But the way we came out was not good. It just was not great, and it didn't, it didn't warrant the stage of the moment. But you also go, okay, we're down 1 now. It's not the end of the world. Good teams go on runs, and runs now are more prevalent than they were back in the day because people shoot threes quicker. They play faster. So you can be down 8-10 and the game's not out of reach as much as it used to be.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like that was a real thing. Like when I played, if you were up 15, it almost felt like you were like done.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it happened a little bit now. You're like, man, we can get an 8-0 run real quick. We're right back in it. And that's not abnormal. And that's not unusual where you see teams all the time. And that's an NBA effect and it's trickled its way down. But start that first sequence, basically the first media timeout was not good, and the misassignments defensively it really killed us. It just the lack of understanding who's the guy you got to rotate on, who's the guy you need to bluff at, who's the guy, even if you're going to be late and the swing's going to the better shooter, I'm just going to stay on the better shooter and let the other guy tee it up. I mean, that's that you have to do that sometimes in big games like this and roll the dice. But like, okay, Shaw, I'm trying to give people the vision. Like, okay, you soft double Morauskas, and here comes a swing, and Mikey Lewis is in the corner, is going to be the swing guy, or he's at the 45, and I'm split between Shaw and Mikey Lewis. I'm going to bluff that Shaw and just let him, like, if he even takes a dribble and tee it up, but I'm not gonna full rotate to Mikey Lewis on the swing. I'm just not. And if your coach chews you out, be like, what do you want me? And you just be like, I'm playing the percentages. And a coach would probably be like, yeah, that's the right percentage to play. So that part was a little bit frustrating for me. I think Coach Few, obviously we're going to keep talking about this, alluded to it in his post-game presser. We didn't air it because we got it late. But he said, like, you got to recognize who's got the hot hand. He's saying to his guys, like, can't leave fucking guy open that's hitting threes.
Right.
And like, I don't care what the scouting report says. I don't care what our full rotation defensively. Sometimes you just have to make that decision as a player and understand that. So as we get going along in the second half, we just could not find our mettle offensively. It just was banging our head against the wall. We ended up going 8 for 27, 30% in the second half, 2 for 12 from downtown. That's 17%. Manny had a decent game. He goes 7 points, 9 rebounds. He played a ton of minutes, 36 minutes. Tyon had a good game, 4 of 8, had 13. I thought he stepped up, 6 rebounds. Adam Miller had a decent game, 14 points, 5 of 13, but 1 for 5 from 3. Mm-hmm. But it just felt like we couldn't get our feet really locked in or settled in on the offensive side of the ball, and then it just snowballed defensively. They go 9 for 14 from 3 in the second half, 64%. So they go 16 of 33. That's almost 50%, obviously, from 3. That's a huge number. You can't beat anybody that's making 16 threes. And they only shoot 35 fucking percent, 23 of 66. So that's what's crazy. If you've listened to my broadcast, I talk about it all the time. I've said it on this podcast too. The 3 is a great equalizer, man. And that's why people take a lot of them. So it's the argument to the guys that, the purists, like, how come these teams are taking a lot of threes? Sometimes coaches go, and I'm not saying this about St. Mary's, I'm just talking about a full thought process. Like, I don't have the personnel to match up with you 40 minutes. I'm going to shoot a shit ton of threes, and if we get hot, I can beat your ass. And that's kind of what that game felt like. St. Mary's is really good. They're going to be an NCAA tournament team. Right. I'm just saying, in general, if you have a couple guys that can fill it up or get hot, fuck it, shoot it, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's bad basketball to watch, but they were terrific in the second half, knocking down big shots. One of the most frustrating things for me is just 2 games in a row. We did a great job on Morauskas up in Spokane. I think he had 14, but it was a bad 14.
Yeah.
He was 2 for 10, has 9. So he's the guy that's leading the league in scoring, or him and Graham are at 19, about the same.
Yeah.
So we have him have a bad game again. Shaw, who plays 36 minutes, has 0 points. He gets 10 rebounds, so good for they can rebound. And then Dent had a good game in the second half. He has 4 for 6 from 3. He hit some big ones. He has 14 on 5 of 12, but it was really a second half game. They don't even play that kid, Juzanis, 1 fucking second in the second half. That's how crazy it was that he got 12 in the first. Mm-hmm. And like I said, 2 of those were just not rotating. And here's the thing, and this is what I'm going to say, and this is not a company man line or, I'm going to defend the coaching staff just because I played for him. It was said, this guy could shoot. All he does is shoot. He'll play 4 minutes, and if he makes a couple, he'll play a little bit more. But literally, I'm in the scouts. I see the pregame scout. every single game, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
This guy can shoot. This guy can shoot. This guy, all he does is shoot. You know what I mean? So, like, it's not a surprise. It's not where he's a 27% three-point shooter and he came in and banged in 4, and you're like, what the fuck? It wasn't that. So my point being, and it's going to further another point I'm going to get into, is you have to have some game recognition of who's got the hot hand. And I know I'm being super critical, but it was frustrating for me as an analyst or whatever you want to call me, just not seeing the smarts on that. And I never harp on guys really for not being, successful offensively. People have bad nights. The game has changed. There's different type of shots. I took way different shots than other players did. I had the ultimate green light. I could take some shitty ones and still stay in the game. All that's so I get it. So I don't really hamper on the offensive side very much. But you got to understand the defensive side of the ball to win a game like that. And it's got to be, all hands on deck, road mentality, all the cliches have to be there. And Mikey Lewis in the second half got 4 or 5, not strip wide opens, but like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
And he went off, and he had a career high 31, 10 for 21, 7 for 13, but he hit probably 3 or 4 daggers where we'd make it, because at one point we got it down to 56-50 with like 6 minutes to go, and then I think he hit 2 threes after that.
Yep.
And one of them was, for some dumbass reason, one of our guys doubled on the strong side when Morrison caught it at like 16 feet. And he just leaves right off of him, and he just kicks it out. And it's such a long run for that. And I doubt we were in a double on the strong side versus him. That is a real thing against a non-shooter. You can double from the strong side and then have a long run, and you can kind of bluff and block the swing. It was just like a brain fart. And I remember looking at the bench, and they're just like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" And then we had one where he came off a like ball screen action, and we like switched but went under, and then he just, oh, thanks, and it's like whack. And it's just, I don't know, man. It was really frustrating from that standpoint. Like, if we guarded him and he was hitting it over the top of us, I would come on here and say, hey, great effort, he outplayed us, he's a terrific player, it was a really good game. I wouldn't have this tone if the defensive side of the basketball was a lot more in tune. And so I think people that listen to this want the like honest answers from this. That's why they listen to it. And people tell me like, oh, I like your takes on our defensive IQ was so bad in that second half. That's why we lost. It's literally why we lost. It wasn't the officiating. There was no Graham had one shitty call. And then the fifth one, he was just pissed off, threw the kid down. And it actually kind of was nice to get him out of the fucking game. It's like, okay, wave the white flag a little bit, get off the floor. You've had a terrific year. He played good that game. He had 7 of 14, right? He did his part. But it was like, just get him off the floor before he punches somebody. And I mean that in the nicest way. But like, they were on his ass. And but if you don't understand, like Coach Few said, who has the hot hand and make adjustments in game as a player, it's tough, man. And you lose games like that. And so it was tough to watch in that second half, because what did I say? We were +4 on the glass as well. We ended up going -5, so nine different swing on the glass. That fucking kills you. They have 15 offensive rebounds. That's what they do. They push you in the back. The two bigs, I think, are like top 10 in the country. Huddy had this stat of offensive rebound efficiency per minute or whatever. One of those, it's not dumbass stats, but one of those unique stats. But you're like, oh, that's what they're good at.
Right.
And they train their guys to like shove and tap back. And if you watch, you have to have your guards at the nail to go get those. Like, and you have to be disciplined of it. Like, oh shit, I know my guy's over in the corner, but I need to run to this spot to get this weird tap out rebound. Because they had a ton where they got it. Kick out three. My high school coach, Glenn Williams, used to say it all the time. It's true. The offensive rebound kick out three is the hardest shot in basketball to guard, because you're scrambling. You don't know what the fuck's going on. That's why a lot of coaches like it. You're like, pooh, offensive rebound, sprayed out. Like, let it rip again. Because usually you're wide ass open because everybody's underneath the basket or around the basket. And we just had too many of those plays that were backbreaking. Like I said, 56-50. We get it down, and we're like grinding through it. Like, all right, come on. Let's put game pressure on them. And then they make 2 fucking threes, basically back to back on shitty rotations. And so it was frustrating from that standpoint. Our guard play wasn't good. They go 0 for 5 total, 2 points. Davis was okay. He had 6, 5 rebounds. He played 27 minutes. It was not good. We shoot, like I said, 39% overall. So good job, St. Mary's defensively. 5 of 17 from 3 again. Do all right from the line, 10 for 12. But again, we hold them to 35% from the field.
Yeah.
But they make 16 threes, out-rebound us, take care of the ball. So it'll be interesting. You obviously assume that hopefully we get another crack at them, but it was chaos in there. They were amped up and ready to go. And look, our guy, we're 28-3. Had a terrific season. Okay. And usually I'm pretty pro player and pro, program, obviously, and I'm always gonna be, but I have to call it like I see it, and that the defensive effort was not there in the second half. And whatever, man, it is what it is, but I'm sure that message is conveyed, and I'm sure the fellas in the locker room, of course they do. They understand that. They're gonna have a better effort, whoever we play in the semifinal of the West Coast Conference. Either, in my opinion, it's either Pepperdine, Wazoo, San Francisco, or Oregon State. I think it's going to be Oregon State or San Francisco. So I don't think Wazoo and Pepperdine are going to win any of those games. Maybe they do.
Right.
But I think they're teams that are kind of just ready to mail it in. You know what I mean? So we could talk a little bit about that. But it was hard to watch. It's hard to sit there and try to be positive on the air, but it was just like a lot of like, what the fuck are you doing defensively? Like, why are you going under, or why are you like helping on the drive when they want to spray it out to this kid? And he's a good player, but let's make him go 9 for 14 on twos if he has 18. Good game, man, on making 17 footers, and that wasn't the case. So. It was hard to watch. What this does for us, we ended up splitting the regular season championship. We got the 1 seed because the first tiebreaker, it's odd, is how you do against the better opponents. And Santa Clara was the 3rd place. We beat them twice.
Right.
St. Mary's beat them once. So that's how we won the tiebreaker.
Gotcha.
It's always different, but it's hard to do when there's an imbalanced schedule, because then you go, well, what if you only played them once? So it's like it's kind of gets into these dumbass metrics that don't even make any sense, but whatever. So we get the first game, and what that means is, well, theoretically, if we win, we'll get more rest time than the other one. What do you got?
The question I ask about
The Perimeter will be right back after a word from our sponsor.
It's time for Home Team Rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa Rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next-level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice! Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
We'll get more rest time than the other one. What do you got?
the question I was going to ask about going into the tournament and going into that game in particular against St. Mary's was everything was already set, win or lose. We were one seed, and I know I know the mentality should be let's go kick them in the mouth.
It had nothing to do with that. We were just already said. Our guys weren't thinking.
They just weren't thinking.
Yeah, they didn't not play hard. They just didn't play intelligent. So that wasn't a deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just. I mean, it wasn't that our guys didn't not show up. They just were the IQ in the second half was just bad. Because of course they wanted to win that game, and obviously that's a quad one opportunity. and things of that nature. So I don't know. We'll see how they do. The West Coast Conference, like I said, we got the first round game or the semifinal game, but we're the first one. Mm-hmm. So what's nice is because usually that second game is like, fuck, you get out of there like midnight. Not even kidding. It starts at like 9. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like, oh my God. And so you like literally get back to your hotel at midnight. Then you play the next day, so that's an extra 4 hours of sleep and going to bed at a normal time, getting your scout in probably that night, and then allowing them to sleep in. You know what I mean? There's so many little advantages you get. So that part will be nice. Whoever we play, Oregon State, San Francisco is going to be tough out. I don't care if you played them before. Tournament games, you never know what can happen. So, I'd like to give a scout on that. We've done well. San Francisco's had a bad year for their standards. They've been good the last 10 years. And then Oregon State, Wayne Tinkle's gone. So it's kind of scary. Like, who knows how they're going to play?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. And he had a run 5 years ago, whatever he did. He went to the Elite Eight. He won a tournament, won the Pac-12 tournament, went all the way to the Elite Eight.
That's right, yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of a scary matchup if you think about it, if we play Oregon State. So are our guys going to be ready to go? Absolutely. Did they have a terrific season? Yeah, they split the regular season championship. Are they 28-3? Yeah, they're pretty good. They just had a bad second half, intelligence-wise. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't not lack of effort because they were playing their ass off. I see that. And if anybody questions that, that's when I'll whatever the term is, clap back, or whatever the dumb shit people say nowadays. But it's just like, you got to have a little more basketball intelligence in certain situations. Now, I get mistakes. You fall down, you get tripped. Guy sets a legal screen. I can live with that. But like I said, the not rotating transition, the Juzanis guy literally fucking came down one time and like caught it and like got to like test the water. Like, what wind direction is it going right now? Nobody even, like just sitting there like, what do we, like, at least fly at him or yell shot or something. So that part was odd. But again, I've been in that environment. You can get deer in the headlight, or you can get brain fog. It's a real thing in those situations. And that maybe was the case, but, we don't shoot it well. We don't get good guard play, and the guard play has been really good all year. Reiterate that we have really good freshmen and a really good Braden Smith coming off the bench. It just wasn't good the other night. They've been good all year. So if we play them again, if we just tighten up some of these things, I still like our chances.
Yeah.
So it'll be curious. But again, you got to remember, St. Mary's is like fucking 27-4. You know what I mean? Like, it's not some dog shit team that we lost to.
Right.
And it's on their home floor. So it stung, obviously, but it's a pretty good basketball team.
It's a really good basketball team.
In a gym that's like just fever pitch, ready to go. So we'll see. But yeah.
Yeah. To put it in perspective, the AP poll just came out as we're talking, and we went down from 9 to 12, but St. Mary's went all the way up from being unranked to 21.
Oh, nice.
So I think that kind of shows how much we're respected and how much they were respected on getting, that win against us.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We're 12 in the Ken Palm. I wonder if that moves. Right now, I think Lenardi, he was there actually at the game. It'd be interesting. Not that he just is an analyst or whatever, but he's pretty spot on. Him and the Fox guy and the CBS, the three of them that are pretty good. I think they have us at the 3-4.
Yeah, they have us at the 3 right now.
Yeah, so it'll be curious. There's more to play for. If we win it, then I think firmly we're a 3. And then you got to look at, the Big 12 tournament, Big 10, like there's so many variables.
Yeah.
If we lose, knock on wood, but let's say we lost in the semis or something, then it'd probably be out of that 4 seed, and then we'd probably traveling because the sites now on the West Coast, if you're a top 4 seed, or I believe it's San Diego, Portland. So that's kind of what the thought process is. If we get one of those seeds in one of those seed lines, you'll be a nice flight for your fans.
Right,
is the point. Easy travel. So we'll see, but. Yeah, tough one. Sometimes you got to be critical, but I think I'm spot on because obviously I watched the game, thought about it. It was hard to sit there and swallow that one because it was like, fuck, man. God damn it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those, you're like, Fuck. But 28-3, like somebody you got to put up a perspective too. And we tied the regular season championship, so it's not a bad year. It just was a bad second half defensively.
Yep.
So what do you got?
Do we want to do a McGilvery's Foundation Player of the Week? Well, I'm gonna shout out Kip on the show. So last week we gave away tickets to, or the episode before that, we gave away tickets to Todd, who won the ticket giveaway. Well, apparently 2 Todds had entered the
There you go.
entered it, and the not winner Todd had reached out about winning the tickets. I'm like, oh, this is Todd. You're the winner. I gave his name to our sponsor Kip for getting him tickets at the door, and then the real Todd reached out to me, and I was like, oh my goodness. He reached out to me after the Sunday deadline, so I could have just been like, "Hey, dude, like no, like you messed up, you missed."
Yeah.
But like I just had given the wrong Todd the wrong tickets, and so I reached out to Kip, said, "Hey, no worries if you can't make this happen, but if it's any possible way that we get 2 extra tickets, we could make 2 Todd's dreams come true." And McGilvery Environmental came through, and I can't say enough for our sponsors and how much they've meant to us this season, and that was really cool of them to do that.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was 2 guys got to win, so I think next year we'll hammer down. Like, you need to put your real name.
And I need to get emails, stuff like that.
Emails, like we gotta like have picture of your last power bill, something like that. We'll have to figure that out. But thanks again for McGilvery Environmental for taking care of our fans. It's pretty cool. They got to see the last WCC regular season game there.
Yeah.
Senior night, all those things. So Kip's been good. McGilvery Environmental's been terrific for us. So let's go to the stat of the week.
The stat of the week. So I was kind of coming, since it's the end of the WCC season, and I wanted to kind of do a check-in on Graham Ike and how he's doing as an all-time Zag. And right now, where he's sitting is number 9 all-time scorer for Gonzaga with 1,714 points. And we've talked about Graham Ike so much on this show in the last 3 years, but like it kind of like put into perspective like just how much he means to this program, and what I just kind of think he's done it. I mean, not quietly, but it's just I feel like maybe when we look back on this, he'll have all the respect, but I kind of maybe don't think about him as much as I should.
Yeah. No, he's had a terrific career. It was nice that he came back. Could have entered the portal, came back this year. So he's number 9. He's gonna. I don't know what he's close to, but he's obviously a top 10. That's a terrific achievement, and only doing it 3 seasons. That's the other part you got to always give context to is eras, 3 seasons, all those things matter. But yeah, he's been awesome so far. I interviewed him for some CBS thing that's going to come out right before the national championship game or something like that. I got roped into doing something. Anyway, I was honest with him. I was like, we got to put you into like some of the all-time great Zag bigs. I mean, and it's not like a pity thing, but if you really think back of guys delivering, guys having big moments, guys, shouldering the load, all those things, like you can start stacking them against some guys that are playing 82 games a season right now, you know what I mean? And
definitely,
and things of that nature. So yeah, it's an interesting stat of the week by M4CPA, and Graham Ike, number 9 all-time scorer, has a chance to move up. Depends on how far we go.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you he's 9 points behind Turioff, and then about 100 points behind Matt Santangelo.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's got a legitimate shot to get to like 7 or 6. You know, and so yeah, congrats to him, man. He was terrific down the stretch, especially missing those 3 games. I'll be curious how they figure out this MVP award for the deal. Yeah. I think the coaches vote on it, so I'll be curious to see if some people are like "F you, Gonzaga," or Graham had more of an impact in the games that we played against St. Matt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Morauskas had a great year as well, so I'm not going to take anything away just because he's wearing a different colored jersey than ours.
Yeah.
But I would be happy if they just go co MVPs. I think that'd be fair. But both both teams are obviously regular season champs, co-regular season champs, all those things. So it'd be interesting, but he's definitely going to be a first team all league. I'll be curious to see like when the season ends too, where he stacks up like in All-American and things of that nature, but definitely in the WCC.
Absolutely. Does that usually come out like the week of the tournament?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Man. Like honestly, I don't remember when they do the deals and who votes and who gets a vote. I think it's just the coaches because I don't know how much media, but I and it's not just because I'm a part of it, but they should allow, some of the beat writers and some of the, the radio guys, TV guys. Like, we watched all the games. And we follow the league. It's not we just watch every single one, but we at least follow the league too. And so, but obviously the coaches do more, and the coaches have but I think maybe a combo of both. But I know for sure that he'll at least be in the running for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say last year's awards were announced on March 4th. So I imagine it'll be in this next week.
Yeah. Nice.
The Perimeter will be right back after a word from our sponsor.
It's time for Home Team Rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa Rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice! Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
Getting into our Ask Adam presented by Idaho Central Credit Union, Luke on Instagram asks, what are your NCAA tourney expectations for this team now?
It's kind of a little TBD because obviously loss or not against St. Mary's, it doesn't change the personnel grouping, whatever. You know what I mean? Like the outlook of the team is still the same.
Yeah.
Are they a team that could score? Yeah, obviously. The rebound margin, yes. A lot of the metrics make sense, yes. Jalen Worley's health is a big thing for me. And if people are listening, well, he doesn't score very much. He just does all the little shit that you don't see, and he alleviates a lot of pressure off our guard play, and our guard play's been terrific, but he's your de facto second, third ball handler, which really makes it tough for certain teams to be like, shit, our four-man's got to guard him full court, so we can't really press or like pressure. We'll just throw it to Jalen, bring it up, and you just literally run the actions normal. It doesn't change. And then all the offensive rebounding, when he gets defensive rebounds, he can push. And then, like, he can score 15 to 20. He's done that this year.
Yeah.
So I just think when I say TBD to be determined, a lot of it has to do with the health of Jalen Worley. Now, can we win without him? Of course. But he's going to make a difference for us if we can continue to progress. And again, we're going to have to talk about it. It's three-point shooting. If we shoot the ball at a 35% or clip or higher in the NCAA tournament, we can beat anybody. I firmly believe that. That's not bullshit. We have the personnel. We have the depth. We have an All-American inside guy. We have really good guard play. We have unique wings that are big and long. So you can, if you get in a situation, you're guarding scoring wings. Manny, Tyon, Davis. It's pretty long wings as well. You got to shoot the ball well.
Yeah.
So that's when I say to be determined. There's some factors that have to happen for us to make a deep run. And they're if you're listening, you're like, well, great analysis, Adam. If they make shots, no shit. Well, duh. But that's really what it's been.
Right.
If we make shots, then we're pretty lethal. If we don't, then we can lose. So do I think we have obviously we have the experience, the staff, been there, all those things. We check a lot of boxes. Jalen Worley's health, and can we shoot the ball consistently from the perimeter? We can beat anybody.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that, especially being if we're a 4 seed or below, definitely, have a chance to make a run. But it's interesting because it's normally in years past, we kind of have this wrapped up and you'd just be knocking on wood on injuries through the West Coast Conference. We haven't dealt with major injuries in years past. Huff obviously being the big one. It'd be easier question to answer.
Yeah.
But honestly, that there's some things that need to happen for us to play well, but also I need to see like who's going out there. Is Tyon and Manny and Davis ready for that challenge that Jalen gives us? Absolutely. You know what I mean? But he not having him takes away that third ball handler, that unique ball handler, that playmaker, that just, kind of a tough ass, long wing. He just does so many little things that I don't think our fans love him because they know the game. We have smart fan base. But, like, if you just really look at it, like, oh, man, you just really want that kid on the floor for, like, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just, you just win. You just, the tip ends and the weird shit and transition, the little floaters. And then just you're like, oh, yeah, you forget. You're like, he was a starting point guard in the ACC for 3 years. So, like, in transition, he's making the right reads. He's not just, he can dribble it up. Everybody can dribble now.
Right.
No, he can actually push and play. And sometimes his push and just go, he'll steal 4 points a night. Just push. Oh, shit, they're not ready. Boom, layup. You know what I mean? Those win games. So hopefully he's ready to go. I'm a believer, too. Like, if he's not ready the semifinal night, you fucking sit him again and you get him ready for St. Mary's. That's the way I look at it. But I don't know. He's got another week. And I know he's going to, battle his ass off to get back. And we have great training staff as well. It's not a toughness thing with him. You know what I mean? So, like, if anybody is thinking that, like, oh, he's saving himself for next year, fuck that. It's like, that's not it. It's not it. There's some guys, not saying this year, but there's some guys you can make that argument in the past or whatever at other programs. It's not with Jalen Worley.
No, yeah.
He's legitimately does not feel right. He's doing his best to get back and trying to play through things. So I just want to make sure that's clear for people. Because I know some people get upset, and rightfully so, and how come he's not taping it up and trying? It's like, because it fucking hurt, like, real legitimately can't move.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Santa Clara, like, he was limping, like, visibly limping, like, and he just couldn't play.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I'm not a doctor or anything, but typically when contusions become worse, that can lead to worse, like blood clots, stuff like that. Like, this is really, like, dangerous
and
things.
It's if you can't plant and push, how do you? I mean, exactly. You know what I mean? Like I said, he was limping against Santa Clara, so he's legitimately hurt.
Yeah,
he's a tough ass as it is. I know he works his tail off in the training room, and I know people might sound funny, but some people rehab different than others. He's trying to get back, so hopefully he can make it. But again, I do like the other guys as well. So I still like this team, and I like the makeup of it. I like the depth that we had. The guard play has been good all year. It was shitty the other night. It's been fucking good all year.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, if you mix in some better guard play, you rebound the basketball, then you understand who you're guarding, be all right.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So anyway, what do you got?
Well, we got one last, or I shouldn't say one last hat to give away. I think we're going to do another hat giveaway later this season, but I have, at the last home game against Portland, I was able to find the coveted upside down Gonzaga hat.
Sweet.
And like, I've been looking for this hat every game since I bought one, and it's been the most asked about hat on the podcast. And so we're going to give one away. Anyone who answered the question right to who scored the most, not who scored the most, how many points did Adam score against Portland on January 20th, 2006, which was the highest scoring game in the Kennel and the history of the Kennel. Whoever answered 42 points is gonna win this hat. And so we had a lot of interest for this one. I'm gonna do another screen capture of a wheel. So let me get this real quick. All right, here we go.
And the spin. Just be like what's the Price Right? You want to shout anybody out? I want to thank my grandmother. I used to watch the thing. There we go.
So from Facebook, this should be easy to track down.
Yeah.
Brendan Spears, you are the winner.
Speirs. Brendan
Spears. Yeah, you won the upside down Gonzaga hat. I'll send that to you wherever you're at. I'll send you a message on Facebook. But
congratulations.
Thank you guys so much for taking part of this. I also want to, since we've been doing these hat giveaways, we decided we wanted to get some swag. This is like the first swag we've ever created
Yeah.
for the show.
I think
besides
we tried to do
stickers.
it the first year, and that was a whole different story. Keep going.
Yeah. But I got these perimeter hats made with a new logo, and they're going to be available it's going to be on a Printful website. They're going to be $30 each, plus there'll be shipping in there to get it shipped to you. But like we're going to have
standard.
which is standard, yes.
Standard price. Keep going. Sorry.
But yeah, we're going to have these two hats available to purchase, and they'll be shipped directly to you. It's kind of through a third-party situation.
But the reason why we're doing that, it makes sense, so we don't order 100 of them and 10 people get them.
Exactly.
And we're sitting there. So like, yeah. And so we're basically doing this not to really make a buck. We're doing it because people have asked us about it, and it's third party. So like, if it goes well, we'll make more stuff later.
Yeah, we can make shirts and
we'll make shirts and all that stuff and start giving it away. But we're kind of just soft launching and seeing how it goes, and just a little capitalism mixed in there every once in a while.
Absolutely. And the hats are kind of based off of, I mean, this one hat is based off the hat that like you wear a lot. And and there's a nice little embroidered on this one, on the flat bill, there's like the logo of just like the play that is the logos on the back of it or on the side of this one. It's cool.
Yeah, they're sharp.
Yeah,
they
they're
look
nice.
good. So good episode. A little bit negative, swore a little bit too much, but whatever, who cares? Hopefully we'll be back next week talking about NCAA tournament. Hopefully we're talking about a championship game, and then we'll have the bracket. Then we'll kind of dig into what ifs, what have yous, all those things, and then talk about just the overall bracket. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah,
the NCAA tournament. March is the best month of the year. Absolutely. Spring's coming. Daylight savings ends Sundays. Like, thank God.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
So I know, it's like, thank God. It's like anybody from the Northwest, especially Spokane, you're like, we made it. You know what I mean? It's like we're hugging like we're on the the movie Alive, and the plane's coming over. Like, oh my God, we did it. I can leave our caves.
I just hope we're not in fake spring right now, because it's so nice outside.
No, I know. I thought that the other week or whenever it snowed, then it went away, but it's also like, is it going to do it one more? Because sometimes it does it like mid-March, just that one extra, like, it's actually 31 when you wake up and you're like, what? But anyway, so yeah. Thanks for listening. Thank you to our sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, McGilvery Environmental, Thank you to our sponsors, McGilvery Environmental, Idaho Central Credit Union, M4 CPA. See you next week.
Awesome.